Has online advertising become the X factor for political parties? The rolling 3-month expenditure on political ads released through Google has crossed the 100 crore mark and is 9 times higher than what it was in March 2023. These are online ads released through Google by political parties, candidates, MPs or MLAs and labeled as political ads. The Business Standard newspaper reports that as per the rolling 3-month expenditure data from Google, which the company maintains from the year 2019, this is the highest in terms of ad spends. The BJP tops the list of online ad spend at 30.9 crore, with the Congress at 18.8 lakhs. The value of the ads are highest in the states of Uttar Pradesh, Odisha, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat. They follow the state of Uttar Pradesh, and over 85% was spent on video ads as expected, about 13% spent on images according to that report. So is the online ad campaign game the X factor in an Indian election? Has it been an X factor in the past few elections as well? What are the key emerging trends in 2024, and how do we put this ad spend number in context and as part of the big picture? Joining me this evening, one of the finest minds in brand building, Harish Bijur, and also Rajiv Desai joins us this evening. Harish, first to you, would you believe that online ad spend and the online ad space could well be the X factor in 2024? It perhaps has been in the past, but anything specifically different about 2024?
Yes, Veer Raghav. Actually, 2024, a lot of water has flowed by. Physical, advertising is considered to be reaching to masses who have already decided how they're going to vote. Whereas online is considered to be a piece of advertising which seems to address two addressable audiences. The first is what we call the loose voter, the voter who has not yet decided who he, she, or they are going to vote. And the second is the first time voter. Let's say a population of 11 lakh voters from across the country. But these could actually tip the scale. So online has the potential of being that X factor, and the way the public is actually adapting itself to the online mediums, you will see humongous shift of expenditures towards digital, social, and a mix of both as well.
Interesting that you say that. The loose voter, you say, the one who's not decided, the one that gets converted by advertising is what they would target. Rajiv Desai, in terms of the specifics, just sort of put this number that we are seeing in terms of 100 crores over the last 3 months in terms of this is through Google in the larger picture. How much of the full advertising pie does it take away from a political party?
Well, that's difficult to tell because advertising, political parties do not share their numbers, the money spends. But what I can say, and what I'd like to say,
is that have advertising bonds to know that.
I'm sorry? What? I can't hear you.
We may need to have advertising bonds like electoral bonds to know the amount that they spend.
Well, that's a good thought. But no, frankly, I'll tell you what. All these spends and so forth and normal assessments of advertising and its impact on political campaigns makes a difference in a normal situation. But for the past 10 years, India has been anything but normal. It's every single normal kinds of trend has been subverted, has been changed. And so you cannot analyze these things in the normal sense of the word of ad spends and so forth. I think intrigue is a big part of campaigning these days. Who will join which party and how much and so on and so forth. I think there's also this whole business about normal in a normal situation, advertising revenues make a huge difference. Advertising spends make a huge difference. The more you spend, the more likely you are to reach your target audience. But this one is all up for grabs. We don't know what's going to happen because it's not normal and hasn't been normal for many years now. So we'll have to just wait for the campaign to be over and see the results, and then based on that, make the assessment whether online political advertising makes a difference or not. I frankly think not, because this is, as I said, it's not a normal campaign. It's a completely personality and negatively based politics. So I don't think you can do the normal calculations.
Right, that's an important point, interesting point, in fact, that you make there. But Harish, in the absence of categorical empirical evidence to show how much it translates, can we take a world phenomenon in terms of it and apply that to the Indian context, or is it just going to be a shot in the dark for most political forces when they put out an online ad?
Well, my view would be that India is a very different kettle of fish. The diversity that you see in the election market, as I call it, is humongous. So no global model is going to fit onto the Indian model. But for me, when I look at it, there is just one thing happening. The best way of advertising is actually 1:1. I coming to Veer Raghav and telling you that, this is a great product, buy me, or this is a great politician, vote for him. But, when that's not possible, we go into advertising. And advertising is called mass media. And to that extent, we enter into static mediums, which is, even though television is a moving medium, I call it a static movie medium because, one message keeps going on continuously. And, that is out there, rooting for itself. We then move into the next category, which is, the non-static medium. And the non-static medium is WhatsApp. WhatsApp is big stuff. 520 million people with following on WhatsApp within the country.
Right.
The next medium could be Insta, it could be Facebook, 20 other mediums. But everything is a subset of that. So if you look at it, these mediums are very important because one very important thing is happening. The narrative is being created every nanosecond. And that narrative is being deepened by different types of influences. And out here, I simply say, the undecided voter is not as important as the middleman narrative deepener, in the sense that the social media influencer plays a humongous role out here, and those sitting on the fence are going to jump.
Right. So that's interesting that you say that. It's possibly lessons from brand gurus to political parties in terms of advertising, but unfortunately we've run completely out of every nanosecond that we have on the show.